The hike to Observation Point via the East Mesa Trail in Zion National Park was one of my favorite hikes. This hike is moderate. It's 6.6 to 7 miles round trip, depending on where you park. This is an out and back trail, meaning there's no loop. You just go out to the point and go back to your vehicle. There are no steep drop-offs like there are on Angel's Landing until you get to the viewpoint at the end, where you have the option to remain away from the ledge. You're at a higher elevation than Angel's Landing at Observation Point. You have views of the entire Zion Canyon. You can see Angel's Landing from that viewpoint, and it's a really pleasant, peaceful hike where you can escape the crowds. This hike is less crowded because it's more difficult to access. To get to the trailhead for the East Mesa Trail, you actually need to leave the park through the east entrance. Say you're coming from Springdale, the shuttle does not come to this trailhead. You need to have your own vehicle. You're going to take the scenic road through the Zion Mount Carmel tunnel, head all the way out through the east entrance of the park. Then you're going to make a left on North Fork County Road, and at that point you just keep going and you'll follow signs that say Observation Point. Depending on the weather, you might need a four-wheel drive vehicle to get to this trailhead. We went to do this trail after lots of snow just hit Zion, so it was a muddy mess. We ended up parking about a half mile from the actual trailhead because conditions on the road were really sketchy, and even though we have an F-250 with four-wheel drive, I wasn't going to risk that. So we parked where a bunch of other people had parked and just hiked along the muddy road. It was quite the adventure getting to this parking lot because it's been snowing here the last 3 days, so there are a few inches of snow on the ground, and it made very mushy, muddy, four-wheel drive fun adventure to get here. Depending on the time of year you visit this trail, conditions might be very different. It might be dry and dusty when you come, but get a four-wheel drive vehicle just to be safe. Real quick, I wanted to note that you can also access Observation Point via the East Rim trailhead. You would get to that trailhead right before you leave the east entrance of the park, but that is a much longer, more strenuous hike to Observation Point. As I mentioned, it was really snowy when we did this trail, so we would love to go back later in the year when everything's dried out and it's nice and hot and sunny. The trail starts hiking through ponderosa and pinyon pines with some juniper trees as well. You're just walking through the forest, listening to the birds. And then the trail opens up a little bit and turns more into like a brush-like area. Eventually you'll start to see some canyons to your left and right. You continue along the trail, it starts to wrap around a little bit, and then you'll come to a split in the trail where you can go to the right to go to the Observation Point, or you could go left to continue along the East Rim Trail. And then after that last little bit of the walk, you make it to the gorgeous overlook known as Observation Point. You have stunning views of Zion Canyon. You can see angels landing out in front of you. You can watch the tiny little shuttles drive by on the road in the canyon. And we were lucky enough to see a few California condors flying above, and it was so quiet you could just hear the swoop of their wings as they flew over your head. And we also saw a cute little chipmunk as well. After making it to this viewpoint, we had a little snack here, packed it back out with us, and went back the same way we came to the parking spot, and that wrapped up this hike for us. Overall, this hike took us a little over 3 hours to do. I would give yourself somewhere between 2.5 and 4 hours to do this hike, and make sure you leave enough time for you to drive to the parking spot itself. It takes about 50 minutes to get there from the visitor center. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video about the trail to Observation Point. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more of our travel adventures, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye!